Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly Van Every and I am a psychic intuitive seer as well as Reiki practitioner. If you would like to book a distance Reiki session with me and or a personal reading, I will leave that information here. Other than that, let's go ahead and get right into it. So welcome, thank you for being here as part of the journey. I am going to do a intuitive energy read on this 8 portal for August, this Lion's Gate energy portal, okay? So I will leave everything below, which decks I am using, everything, okay? It's been a minute since I've been on here, and it's been a minute since I've kind of contributed to YouTube and the collective in this way. I've just been in Manitoulin Island, just kind of hanging out with family, doing some road tripping and stuff, and just really being present with nature and present with just this planet. And yeah, it's been really good. So let's just jump into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Chakra Oracle Insight deck here, and let's see what's happening. What's this August 8th Lion's Gate portal have for us? What does Lion's Gate portal have for us? Emotional balance. Okay, so I am picking up on like a lot of balancing energy within the collective lately. I'm actually seeing like psychically this kind of rainbow too. So I'll get into that with the tarot in a bit. I just want to see what else wants to come out. So there was like a little bit of a solar plexus chakra card that wanted to come out. But let's go ahead and see what else is here for us. What else is here for us? Let me know what you guys are kind of picking up on and tapping into as well, just for this kind of Lion's Gate portal, this energetic portal. Let's hear divine consciousness. Okay, so we do have emotional balance. Okay, so this is stability, harmony, what is this? Peace and fluidity, okay? So I'm definitely feeling this sense of, this sense of lightness, and I'm hearing airiness, okay? I'm hearing airiness for us, I'm hearing lightness for us. I don't know about any of you guys, but if you have been picking up on this, please leave a comment below, just because I'd like to connect with you on it. But I've been picking up recently, like I want to say almost within the last couple of weeks to maybe month or so. Well, it's, it's probably longer than that. Like my soul self, like my full soul self, all that I am, on a soul level, I believe, has been picking up on this for a while. But there's something to do with the water and the consciousness of the water, but kind of globally, that I've been picking up on recently. And I've been having a lot of stuff happening to me in dream time where I'm working with the energy of the water, and I'm working with other people on this planet, maybe even like other beings to just work with the water. So I'm curious to see if there's something about water and about balance and about harmony and about like water activations and remembrance is what I'm feeling right now, because water holds memory, right? There's something there, and they want me to share with you too, because lately I've been like talking to the consciousness of the water that I've been drinking, and just saying, thank you for being here, thank you for nourishing my body. Please fill all of the cells of my body up with just purity and nourishment and wholesomeness, right? So I talk to the water like that and kind of bless the water before I drink it, and then as I'm drinking it, really become present to that water that's entering my body and my being, right? And the cells of my body too, and really allowing that harmony to kind of come in. My guides wanted me to share that with you too, so I don't know, do you guys do that too? I know there's probably a few people on this planet that do that as well. But there was a man, and I'm going to have to look up his name and research more about him, because he's been coming through for me recently too, where he did a research study on water, and basically he had like different like jugs or bottles of water, and within each, you know, he did tests where people would say hurtful things, harmful things to this water, like I hate you, or you're ugly, or like whatever, right? And then he would take the next subject of water, the next bottle of water, and people would say loving things like I appreciate you, I love you, thank you. And he actually noticed like a shift in the water molecules when he looked at them scientifically under a microscope. And there's more to it. I can't recall his name, but when I do, if anyone's interested, I will maybe make a video on that. Yeah, let's jam on that. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. So that's been coming through too. So I don't know, for me, it's like when I see balance, I think about how a lot of us are made up of water, but I also think about our bodies come from the soil of this planet too, right? And it's so interesting because emotions is to do with water. Water is emotions, right? There's that like similarity there, right? But there's also this earth kind of energy around here too. And I love how it's all green, and it's to do with the heart chakra as well, because I'm definitely feeling that for this Lion's Gate. I'm feeling almost like this it's so interesting because as I saw it, I almost saw it as like a suit of armor around the heart space, but it's not to cage it in, and it's not to like protect it. It's just more or less like what we're being upgraded to, or where we're at is like we now have access to this for our heart, whether that's heart activations or heart integrations. Or it's interesting because what I'm hearing and almost feeling is like this soul connection to heart now, or something about that, like to do with the Lion's Gate portal. And I'm hearing the word honor as well. So honoring what's in our heart, honoring that peace, honoring that balance, okay? That unity. And look, we have divine consciousness, interconnection, expansion, oneness, and light, okay? So that's beautiful. And you can see from both of these cards at the top, there's this streamline of energy that starts off broad and expansive, and it gets narrower, as if it's almost to say like, hey, here's some activations. Hey, here's some light codes for you to kind of drink in during this Lion's Gate portal, okay? Here's something that will help to balance you out. Here's some good energy. Here's some heart space energy. Here's that wisdom that comes in, that light, right? So beautiful. I am feeling a little bit to do with the throat chakra too. This didn't come out with the cards, but this is just me picking up on this energy around this time. It's like this throat chakra, okay? A little bit of sacral chakra as well, which is all about your creative expressions, which is all about how you express and how you carry yourself in this world. I had the beautiful experience of being able to sit between two friends, and they were having such a beautiful, very mature, very conscious conversation regarding business details and how they each have their own individual way of going about things. And they were conveying that to each other in this conversation, and I was in the center, right? And so my one friend had like a certain way of viewing something, my friend had a different way of viewing something, and yet they were still having like a conscious conversation around it. And it was interesting because in that conversation, my psychicness was just turned on, tuned in, just very naturally, right? It's just the vibration that I'm in, the energy field that I'm in. So when I'm in like a lot of love and just like a lot of joy, it just kind of comes on very naturally for me. I start seeing energy, picking up on different beings that are around, and just, feeling different things too, right? So it was very beautiful because I actually started seeing, again in this situation, their kind of soul self talking with each other, but it was more than talking because of how they were. And I told them this, I said, it's beautiful because it was such a harmonious flowed conversation. You both had your own way of communicating something, but it was more than communication. It was more than talking. It was you expressing pieces of your soul and how you go about doing things. And I was seeing that energetically with different streamlines of energy that they were conveying through what they were expressing with their voice and with their soul in that conversation, right? I was seeing it energetically as different colors and as different structures and stuff, and getting kind of intuitive hints based off of that, right? As I was just being very still in between this conversation. But it was so beautiful because it was them expressing themselves and sharing a piece of themselves, right? It's more than talking, it's more than communication, it's that soul expression in those present moments. And I definitely feel like there's some more of that kind of being stirred up. It's interesting, I want to do this motion, but I definitely feel more of that being stirred up around this time as well. So that's very, very interesting. But number 38, the mind, openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning for this Lionsgate portal, okay? So definitely I'm getting highlights around the word flexibility, around peace and balance, okay? So what I'm picking up on lightly right now is that what may work for you, like say day to day, say you have your morning meditations and that normally works for you every day. Well, it's about riding the waves, right? So maybe meditation was like your go-to thing, but then you wake up one morning, you're like, oh, I don't feel like meditating, I feel like dancing or something. Allowing that to move through you and going with the flow and being flexible and adaptable at this time, okay? Because the heart, it's got something to do with the heart. What is that? What is that energy that I'm picking up on? I'm just going to use the Vision Quest Tarot just to clarify this. What's the heart energy that I'm picking up on? See, spirit guide. It was so beautiful because in that moment I was literally tapping into like the angels, the angelic energy. They've been coming through very, very recently. So our guides are literally helping us. Your guides too are literally helping us just to be, it's so beautiful. I'm getting this like vision of like heart opening and like heart expansion too, right? But it's also like solidifying. It's like we've reached this level where we keep on opening, we keep on expanding, and we're able to kind of harness that and step more into that in a way that's truthful of our own light in this world, in a way that's truthful of who we really are in this world, right? To be heart-led. It's okay. It's like to be seen for who we are, whereas before, maybe, you know, months ago, years ago, we would have cared about like how we look so much, whereas like, okay, like even like me today, like I probably 5 years ago, I would have never came on camera with like just this bun. I just threw it up like really quickly. I would have cared like a lot about like, okay, you know, I need my hair to be a certain way. I need to like, you know, and it's just like, we've reached this level of peace within, this level of balance within, where it's like, no, like I'm good. And we're able to step more into who we are, thus able to allow more people to see us for who we really are, because we've been able to see us more on that level, okay? And I feel like even that last part that I said, I'm just getting this right now, but us being able to see us for who we really are, that's happening on a soul level too, and that's being integrated into the heart space as well. Okay, so is there anything else about the heart space that you want us to know for this? Thank you. August 8th portal. Okay, Father of Water, Father of Water, Father of Water. Let me just tap into the energy of this card for a second. Wow, that's interesting. So right off the bat, I could feel my sacral chakra start to spin very lightly, and I picked up on the word sensuality, okay? It's interesting too, because what he's wearing here, it's the color orange as well, and I'm just noticing that, and orange is to do with your sacral chakra, okay? So yeah, I am picking up on that, like very like soft sensuality, being very like gentle with self, and being very compassionate with self. It's like we're healing this aspect of ourself, like something to do with like sensuality. We're healing an aspect of ourself, like being able to be seen for who we really are, being able to be vulnerable, being able to be held. And I did hear the word hope in there as well too. So like, even if it might have seemed, even if it might have seemed more difficult in the past for you, any of us, to be seen, like really, really seen, especially in moments of intimacy and moments of, you know, sacredness with any other people, lovers, anything like that, right? It's almost like that's being balanced out right now. That's being healed right now too. That's being heard right now. That's being seen right now. And there's like a level of that that's kind of slowly diminishing, so that we're able to open the curtains more too, okay? And this makes sense with the heart space opening up more as well. So that's interesting that sensuality came through. I'm gonna have to look at this card later and actually see what it means. I'm just like, I don't know, like the whole past years that I've been reading tarot, I've never actually, like, I've only started recently actually learning about it, I guess more traditionally, but because I see energy and I feel energy so just like naturally and purely, I'm not trying to sound like conceited, but because it just has been one of those gifts that I'm very, very grateful for. It's just how I work, and it's just what resonates with me in my heart space. So I'm very, very grateful and very appreciative of that. Nyawa. Nyawa means thank you in Mohawk. I am First Nations too. Okay, so it's interesting because the bottom of the deck there was the Lover's card. So that's interesting that talks to sensuality too, the energy that I was picking up on. So definitely could be like with lovers, but I'm also feeling like this balance, again with the balance card, but this balance of, you know, being in yourself, being in your, like, your balanced out masculine and feminine attributes and aspects of who you really are, being balanced from like a soul perspective, okay? So that's really interesting. Why was I seeing the rainbow? Why was I seeing the rainbow psychically earlier? Why was I seeing the rainbow? What does that have to do with anything? Wow. Okay, so the balance card again. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to share something. So I've been posting on my Instagram just channeled messages that I've been receiving lately. When I started posting them, I was very guided to post them in a blue color, mainly because it's just from the beings that I was getting. So I channel with the Arcturians, the Assyrians, the angelic beings, another group that I've come to know as the Ancient Ones, my higher self, ancestors. Yeah, those are the ones that I've kind of worked with and channeled with, and I kind of have come to grow relationships with each group or whoever wants to come through based on the feeling and the frequency. And I also see, like, I see energy as color, and I also see music as color too. So that's the frequency that I'm actually seeing, is how I've kind of come to learn about it. So it's interesting because this is going to tie around, just hang in there. This is going to all wrap up with this card that just fell out. But here, I'll hold this up for you while I'm talking so you can kind of get a glimpse of it. But when I first started doing these channelings on my Instagram, it was a blue color because that was the frequency that was the closest of the beings who, it was kind of the color that represented the beings who I was communicating with, which was mainly like Arcturian beings. Now, it's interesting because sometimes I get really channeled messages from my higher self. Well, this is actually most of the time. Most of the time it's my higher self. So those messages have kind of come through as yellow colors. And then it's interesting because when I was on my trip to Manitoulin, I was getting a few messages come through too, but I was also seeing like the color too. I was like, oh, this one should be green. And now these colors are starting to be more, like, there's starting to be more colors, right? So there's blue, there's yellow. Today I posted one that was pink, but that was me, that was all of me, that was me and my higher self thinking this thought into expression, right? And so I posted that one. I've just been posting different colors based on the frequency that I've been feeling, right? So it's very interesting because today I was literally sitting in my living room and I was just like being very playful and light about it. And I was like, you get a color, you get a color, and I get a color, we all get a color. And we all make up the rainbow, right? We're like, kind of to say like we're all a part of creation. We're all children of the creators. We all get our own like unique frequency and color, and yet we all make up this beautiful ecosystem, this beautiful weave of light in this universe, right? And so it's interesting because when I was seeing the rainbow and this card came out, it's like, to me, it just solidifies that, like, yes, we are coming into balance. Yes, we are coming into harmony with like the broader perspective of all that is all of us, right? Human beings, other beings, ancestors, all of us, okay? So it's very, very beautiful and very divine and very, I want to say awe, like awe-inspiring, A-W-E, but I also want to make my own word and say awe-amazing, like awe-amazing, because it is. To me, it's just, it's such a blessing. It's such a beautiful feeling in the heart when I allow that feeling. Okay, so that's beautiful as to why the rainbow color was there. Now, okay, so bottom of the deck here we have 7 of water excess. This just tells me this is just kind of like a wave of energy that's being washed down very naturally, which is interesting. What's coming up now is I'm thinking about all of the like floods that we've been having around the world too, and I've been seeing people, just like friends or people I know on Instagram or people I follow on Instagram, they've been posting about floods too recently. And it's interesting because I saw this one person post and he was saying, oh, there's like a flood like in my home or in my building or something, and he's like, what do you think that means? And in like, not my, like, it wasn't my thoughts, it was just my intuition's way of speaking to me, but in my body was speaking. My body was saying, just let it flow. And to me, I feel like emotionally and energetically for a lot of the collective, a lot of us, is kind of how it has been previously, where it's like we needed to really feel things to allow them to flow, right? And again, I got this other message today. The thoughts are coming in much faster than me speaking. But I did get this other message about, and I'm going to share this too on my Instagram after I film this video, but I was just really connecting with this beautiful person through my Instagram stories. I had posted something about like, have you been feeling the growth lately and how has that been landing for you? Because for me, I know I've been feeling it, and I just wanted to kind of reach out and see how everyone else was doing too. And I did have someone message me and they said, yeah, just recognizing that my trauma isn't me and that a new me is here. Something along those lines, I'm paraphrasing, but when I read that in the moment, it really kind of like shook me emotionally, and I honestly wasn't expecting that. I don't know if that was because of the energy state that I was in that moment, or if my heart was just so open and I had so much compassion, and just like the word that's coming to my heart right now is like, wow. Like, thank you for sharing this for me, first of all, and B, like, that's inspiring. Even though it is like such a short statement, it expresses so much more, right? And I sat there and I kind of like struggled for a moment. I was like, what is this feeling? Like, what is this feeling? What am I feeling right now? And then literally in that moment, my guides came online and they were like, Carly, stop analyzing it. Just feel it. I literally sat there, because when you get into that state of stopping to analyzing it and just feeling it, you literally sink into your body and sink into what's there. And I felt it. I cried, and I kept on crying. But I felt so much better after I cried. which again takes me back around to this card, which is like we release something, an energy that's coming through us, that's wanting to be expressed, that's asking to be expressed, to be felt, to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged, so that it can be manifested in a physical form in a healthy way. That's what I feel like maybe the collective has been going through recently in preparation for this, or maybe like we're still kind of going through like little bits of that too as we enter this Lionsgate portal, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff that's coming up. I'm feeling a lot of different energy changes come fall, and just like a lot of different things that are kind of happening energetically too, and that I've been seeing psychically, and many other seers, many other visionaries, wisdom keepers, intuitives, psychic mediums. And it's just very, very interesting to see the dots connect. But let's keep it going. I do want to pull from the Divine Feminine Oracle deck here for us, just to see what else wants to come through for this reading for the Lionsgate portal. Beautiful. Okay, so we do have, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Enheduanna, the High Priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love, okay? So again, coming from that soul self space, being fully ourselves, okay? Being fully ready to step even more into ourselves. Almost like this feeling of, I'm ready to be of service. Real, pure, raw service. Like I'm ready to help. I'm ready to reach out. I'm ready to be here. I'm ready. And just this like deep inner knowing, okay? The bottom of the deck is Sarada Divi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. So as I was reading that, they were pointing to the bottom of the deck card over here. So the mind. So unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. So I have been feeling this balance of divine feminine energies too on this planet, because there's been a balance for the last, like, I don't know, couple thousand years of it hasn't been balanced between feminine and masculine on this planet, but it is coming, it is here, it has already begun. So it's just very beautiful that the Divine Mother card just happened to be here right now, okay? Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Yes, the presence of love, the presence of love, the presence of love. I just feel like I want to say that, and I feel like as I say that, you can just feel the balance within your heart space. The presence of love, the presence of love, the presence of love, the presence of love. That's beautiful. Okay, can we get a card from this deck here? The Angels and Ancestors Oracle. What's happening? Okay, so we have Guardian Angel, you are not alone. So this kind of talks to the Spirit Guide card as well. We have Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. Trust your talents in changing times, and you are not alone. Okay? So if you feel like, sorry, I have to share this too. Make plans and focus was the bottom of the deck here, okay? So focus on the feeling of what you want to create. Focus on how you want this next, you know, you could even do it on the Lionsgate portal. Like, what do you want this feeling? One second. Okay, I'm getting a few different things right now as I'm saying this. So I'm hearing water. So why am I hearing water? 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 What is it about water? Okay, that explains it. So 2 of water, we have fulfillment, okay? And look at, there's a rainbow. Oh my gosh, this is emotional fulfillment, this is emotional balance, this is rainbow energy. Oh my It's within you. You already know that it's within you. That's what I'm hearing. You already know that it's within you. And daughter of water here, look at how she's just, I'm hearing the word humble. She's just humble. She's centered. She's grounded. She's supported. She just is in balance, okay? It's naturally just spewing out of her, okay? What she is and what she lives is what I'm hearing. What she lives. That's beautiful. Yeah, it's all about your fulfillment. It's all about your flow. It's all about how you are. It's about how you live. That's really beautiful. And there's something, I gotta do a video on this, but there is something, I'm picking up on this right now. Something very potent about the water energy right now too. So I don't know if you're around like a body of water, but if you can go there and even put your hands in the water and just feel the energy of the water, feel the water, be with the water, give gratitude, blessings to the water. You can stand in it. It feels so sacred right now. It feels so sacred right now. I was getting pointed to this card to her as maybe you can call upon her when you're with the water. And Heduana here. Feel free to screenshot this so you have her name if you'd like to do some research, or have her name, have her energy with you on your phone. But yeah, maybe you could call upon her for like the water. There's something about water, but definitely like emotional fulfillment too, and emotions do correlate to water as well. So even just being in the water maybe could even like help balance out for some of us, right? Interesting. I did want to touch base on this though, because the word focus is the exact same word that I received recently. I just had to ask if it was okay to share something, and I got the go ahead, but I asked about changes for fall because I've been picking up on this energy of what's happening for fall time and stuff. And they said, my guide said one word to me, they said focus for fall, which is interesting because everything that we focus on grows, right? And this universe is a universe of inclusion. So it's just, how are we gonna focus next? And even like starting now too, this might be like a good head start for us to start practicing that right now around this Lionsgate portal, because this energy does feels more open. It feels not like there's like a lot of resistance. It actually feels like a little bit more softer. Just feels more softer and open. So it feels very, very good right now. But yeah, I don't feel like I have too much else to kind of read into for you guys right now. Not at all, because honestly it is like what I am picking up on is just this balance within self. And again, I was seeing this kind of like suit of armor around the heart space, but not for protection. It's almost for like support, and it's almost like we've already done the initiations. Now it's time to step in, okay? When I see this armor, it is very sacred, and it is very much like I'm stepping into and I'm choosing this role. I'm ready to be of service to humanity, or I'm ready to be of service in this way. I'm ready to help work with the earth. Excuse me. I'm ready to. And that could be anything that kind of leads into peace, that leads into harmony, that leads into well-being, that leads into whichever aspect it is for the greater good, okay? Yeah, and we're supported in that. Our guides are helping us with that. Our spirit guides, angels, ancestors, loved ones, other beings, star being families are helping us with that as well. Lots of balance, lots of emotional balance, and a lot of just kind of I feel like we're having a lot of stillness so that we can receive light consciousness, light codes, remembrance and stuff, okay? Yeah, And I'm feeling a lot of airiness in the heart space, which means it is getting balanced throughout this Lionsgate portal, okay? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here and tuning in. If this video did resonate, feel free to do anything and everything. I trust you. I trust what is, and I am so appreciative of what is. Thank you guys so much. And my name's Caryn Every. I will just see you on the next video. Sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care.